My next guest was featured on my show about over a year ago. He had just been released from prison at the time. And since our introduction this past year, he was unfortunately shot in the face with a 40, in the neck with the Draco, and almost lost his life. Ladies and gentlemen, from Knoxville, I have Willie, a.k.a. Try Me. What up, dude?
What up with it? What up with it? Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, most def, man. Appreciate you joining the show and sharing your story. I know it's been a rough year for you, man, but like I said, I'm glad to have this conversation with you.
Oh, most definitely. I was listening to the intro. I was like, hey, it kind of threw me off when I heard my music now, just hearing the change in my voice and shit. But it's a blessing to even be breathing. So I do what I do.
Yeah.
I just keep striving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want to talk about that unfortunate situation, but I want to go all the way back and talk a little bit more about your life and things like that. So let's take it all the way back, man. Tell everybody where you grew up.
All right, so I grew up, in Knoxville, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? But I really went back and forth from Knoxville to Seattle, Washington, Seattle, Tacoma area. You know what I'm saying? Just back and forth like that. But you know what I'm saying? Down this way, so I stayed on Johnston Street, you know what I'm saying, which it's a Lionsdale community. We got the Lionsdale community, and then you got the projects, and then it's the housing areas, like, it's like feet away from each other all around the same elementary school and shit. So we stayed on the housing side, but I grew up, like, in that area, the projects from Stonewall, Pascal, Badger, you know what I'm saying, McPherson, all that, Minnesota, that whole area right there. You know what I'm saying? And shit, the life, it's pretty like, I'm trying to see the best way to describe the city that I stay in, because it's like, I know when they say it's like the same everywhere, you know what I'm saying? They be like, you wouldn't believe how we probably do similar things and different places and shit. But I mean, sometimes it be some shit that go on. I know, some shit that have you scratching your head around you and shit, because you might lose a lot of true niggas. You might go, you know what I'm saying, be around some niggas who portray that image and then they really false and shit, but then you don't know how to take it, or it'll kind of, this place will scar you, like, mentally. You see what I'm saying? Like, mentally, where you don't know, like, you don't know how to embrace the trueness when it comes to you. When you see authenticity, you being taught so much to have your guards up and be prepared for whatever come. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a small area, but it's fast paced. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be quick and smooth, ready to adapt and be on your toes, on your pivot, ready for whatever might come your way at all times. And so it'll make you like that. You know what I'm saying? Make you put that shield around yourself, that force field, like, to where you feel like, hold on, like, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, so I'm going back and forth from here to Seattle because, like, I might catch little charges and shit here and there, like dope charges, gun charges, you know what I'm saying? I might just high speed it on the police and stolen cars and shit. Just, normal teenage dumbass shit. And so they made me go back and forth because my family was in Washington. So they made me go back and forth, like the juvenile made me sign. I think that was in 2007. Like 2007, they made me sign a petition saying that I wouldn't come back to the state of Tennessee before the age of 18, and then, like, they had released me to my aunt Shana McCoy, may she rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? She died while I was in prison serving my bid and shit. You know what I'm saying? But my auntie, they had released me to her, and then they made her take me straight to the airport, like they tell us till we hit the airport type shit, and made sure I got on the plane and left. And had to say that I wouldn't come back to the state of Tennessee. So then fast forward, when I came back, because I'm in Washington, doing pretty much picking up on the same shit, doing the same shit. And then I got my little brothers around me, you know what I'm saying, my three youngest one. And at the time, like, Loco, he was, you know what I'm saying, doing his fed sentence, you know what I'm saying. My older brother and shit was doing his fed sentence. Two of my older sisters was doing their fed sentences at the time. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm already had my feet wet in the streets, and then I got three little brothers under me. So I'm really on some shit like, let me get away from them before I start rubbing off on them, you feel me? They start doing what they see type shit. So, I venture off and made my way back to Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? I venture off and make my way back to Tennessee, and then I come back to Tennessee, and then of course, it's being down here. I'm 16 years old at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm down here at 16 years old, and then my family staying 3,000 miles away. You know what I'm saying? So all I got to go off of is me. You feel me? I'm going off of me, like any type of hustle, schemes, robberies, whatever. It might be on the spot robbery. It might be some, oh, he just showed me too much. Let me get that right now type shit. Might be some, oh, he gone. He ain't in his house. Some shit I done pulled from thefts to robberies, however it comes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to survive because I'm on my own. Because the people who was, my older siblings, they was gone. You feel what I'm saying? So that ventured down to me. So now I'm out here like, you know what I'm saying, it's up. And then that led to me going to serve a prison sentence. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga couldn't keep it G. I don't want to name drop and shit because you know how that go and shit. But they know, if you know, you know. If you know, you know. I ain't doing no motherfucking capping. Y'all know who I am. Y'all know what's up too. But anyways, yeah, nigga ain't keep it G like he supposed to and shit. So you know what I'm saying? Me and my co-defendant and shit, you know what I'm saying? At the time that I caught the charge, I actually turned 17. I caught the charge, and my charge partner was 16. He was a year younger than me and shit. So we caught the charge as juveniles. And so I got bounded over automatically, you know what I'm saying? They gave him parole, probation, kicked him out. You know what I'm saying? I got bound over automatically because they like, you not even supposed to be in Tennessee. You see what I'm saying? From the previous petition from 2007. You know what I'm saying? So they like, you not even supposed to be in Tennessee. You get no chance. We ain't doing no plan with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm at the switch sides and let my girl drive right quick. I was there shopping, grabbing these balloons and shit for my little brother. My little brother got killed and shit. You know what I'm saying? My little brother got killed on this year.
Give him a shout out.
But, you know what I'm saying? My little brother, Jatarius Tyree Top, you know what I'm saying? AKA Trey, you know what I'm saying? DKA Lil Cobra, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Mac in peace, the long way. But yeah, you know, he died May 11, 2015. You know what I'm saying? I was incarcerated at the time of that as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out here and I celebrate for him on his day. I got a chain on with his face on there right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how we do it. But
that's kind of perfect that we had this interview.
And that kind of hurt me too. And that kind of hurt me too because, you know what I'm saying? Like the fact that I told you, I thought I was moving. I was getting out the way in Washington to try to save their life because they had their feet wet yet. You feel me? But so when I go away though, not knowing that by me leaving and then me getting locked up and shit anyway, that it was going to have them really, they thinking the same way my mentality was when the ones before me got snagged. You see what I'm saying? And they jumped out there and shit ain't go like it when my brother lost his life for he made 18. And you know my birthday May 9th and shit. So that particular year, May 9th, I talked to him on my birthday. I was actually fighting a charge where I had stabbed the police at Riverbend in 2014. In 2014, I stabbed the police. I was down there at Riverbend at Riverbend Maximum Security Institute in Nashville, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to court fighting that charge, and I had talked to him that year too. It was 2015. The next year, I was going to court. I had talked to him and shit the day on my birthday, and then like I think Mother's Day was the day after. Then he got killed the 11th the next morning. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit kind of fucked me up, bro.
Let's talk about your early involvement in the streets. Before that, when was the first time you ever heard anything about gangs, Crips and Bloods, Vice Lords, GDs, and all that?
So you know my cousin. The first time I heard of it, like I had heard older people like, you know what I'm saying, ROLLIN Peace to Homeboy 262. You know what I'm saying, for sure, original hood. But you know, guys like him used to get up. A lot of older homeboys used to like be around my pops and shit anyways. Like my pops was one of them type. Everybody knew him, everybody flowed him on. It's a respect level type, you know. So them type of people was always around, but far as just right in my inner circle. You know what I'm saying? My cousin, No Limit, you know what I'm saying, was like one of the first Crip 6-0 niggas that I knew personally. You know what I'm saying? And my nigga Bubba Suggs, RP Bubba Suggs, but he died when I was real young before I really even understood what anything mean. I just knew he kept a blue flag on him, man. It was like he was against the other side type shit, but I ain't understand it. But my cousin No Limit, he was around me first with it. You know what I'm saying? And he was actually staying in Walter P. Taylor Homes. He was one of the only Crips that was staying out there, like actually living in the Bloods projects for years, like eating out there, gambling out there, like just really like, and they knew what it was. It was respect there. You know what I'm saying? And so he was the first, and then of course it was you know, Loco baby. He was second in line around me. That I seen him really who instilled it in me was him.
Shout out
Loco,
to Loco
baby. I can't
man.
take that. Yeah, I definitely ain't gonna let that go without saying, because you know he was molding me early on. Whether it being like we might be in the house and it be something over small as a game or anything. It's just any reason a nigga put your hands up, then nigga, you feel me? Like on that type of shit, just getting a nigga ready. You feel me? So So him, and he would just tell me about the streets, like, nigga, you out here saying this and saying that. Because I had a problem, like every nigga. A lot of people won't admit that shit. They feel like they image on the line. A lot of people be saying like shit, like they being like they just jumped out the womb already bred gangster, and they ain't never did no, you feel me? But me, bro, I was young, so I used to false flag when I was down. I'm 11 and 12 and 13. You feel me? I'm running around. I'm saying this crib. When the homeboys fight, I'm jumping in that shit like I'm really proper and shit. You feel me? But the homeboys would never put me on because my brother was against it. My brother always tell the homeboys, nigga, y'all know, don't put my little brother on type shit. You feel me? And then I'm looking at him like, nigga, why you always got me around this shit then, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. So, and then I'm going behind his back, like, you know, I'm just getting in the streets. I'm smoking my weed and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gambling. He had gave me my first gun and shit. I remember he gave me my first gun. He felt like he seen that it was kind of like too late. Like he was losing his grip. Like, bro, gonna do it anyway. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? And, I remember that shit early on. And then he had up when he had got locked up. Oh, somebody trying to call him. But yeah, he had got locked up and shit. And then I was on my way through because I was going to juvenile. I just came back from Washington. He was like, bro, I got my status and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. He was like, you can slide up under me now. I know I was against it or whatever, but he was like, you can go ahead and slide up under me. So that's how that shit happened. You feel me? But I had already been entwined with this shit my whole life. Like that was me, like motherfucker, you couldn't feel that nigga, it wasn't that, but he was always like, every time I'd be like, bro, they finna right now, it's like he'll pull up like on some nigga, you know what I'm saying? Just on some big brother shit. Like he was the gaming, but he still had that, I guess he still had that soft spot for me where he really ain't wanna unleash me, you feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. Give us an idea of the gang culture in Knoxville, because we know you have Crips, Bloods, which are West Coast based gangs. You also have GDs and disciples and things, Vice Lords and things like that down there. Can you give us an idea of how that all coexisted, how they all, you know, how the Crips and Bloods got to Knoxville to the best of your knowledge, and how they all ended up co-mingling together?
I ain't even gonna cap like I ain't even gonna cap like I know when it got her specifically, but I can date back to as early on as I was seeing it around me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 31. I just turned 31 May 9th. You know what I'm saying? So, but I remember like from like as we was touching bases on in a previous interview and shit with Loco. It's like I remember like the community. Like the gangs that we like for ourselves, or when we was on some, you know, it's our side versus your side, or our hood versus your hood. Like you might have in my hood, you might have in Linesdale, you got Crips, you got G's, the Crips, you got 6-0, and then you got Hoovers too though. But then it's we learning. That's what I'm saying. We so young that we ain't really know like the ins and outs of it. We didn't know like really them our sworn enemies because these niggas that we growing up with, you feel me? we growing up with, and they screaming, they hoop, and then you got the homies like shit, it's rolling over here, and then you probably got like your GDs, a couple GDs and shit spread out through there and shit, and then you gonna go there, you got C Hills, you know what I'm saying? They gonna consist of 6 O's and hoovers to it, some GDs, you know what I'm saying? The Vice Lords, you got your Vice Lords and Bloods who really gonna be like, they really gonna be in shit like Green Hills, Walter P. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, anywhere on the east side, like really Burlington area and shit like that where they reside. But we always, as being on the west side, we always had to come to them because like all the clubs, even team parties and shit growing up, like all the team parties and shit was always on the east side, like Tribe One and the Illusions, Hall of Fame, Bugs, shit like that. We always had to come to them. So that's really like how shit was starting off. It's because of that shit. Like we might be on their side and they one of their little parties and shit, and they crack off. Then it went from the west side and east side shit to we banging and shit. But then you had people who was older than us, the older ones of us, like my brother crowded ones that before him it was already knowing what it was. The Crips and Bloods and shit like that. They started grooming us. So the first time I probably seen of that shit where I really started paying attention and knowing it was around was probably like 2003. Or like I was 11, like 2003 is when I really started noticing like, okay, they gay, they banging like this, that shit that, you know what I'm saying, they got on TV and shit. They do it out here too. You feel me? I say 2003 is the first time I really just start paying attention to they bang is gang life out here.
Okay.
For me personally.
Let's fast forward to prison. You did tell everybody how much time you did in prison collectively?
So I did 11 and a half in prison. I did 11 years, not 11 and a half. I did 11 years, 2 months and 2 weeks exactly.
Okay.
In prison. And so I came in, I had 8 years. I was serving 8 years at 30%. And then the incident with the officer happened. I had, the incident we was talking about earlier with the officer and shit.
Yeah.
I had went to trial for that. I was going back to go to trial for it. And like he was in a hospital at the time. You know what I'm saying? So with him being in a hospital at the time, they had tried to charge me with attempted first-degree murder, and they charged me with possession of contraband in a penal institute for the possession of weapon, basically for having what they said, a homemade shank or knife or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they was charging me with that, and they were trying to charge me with aggravated assault. But it was all for one incident. You know what I'm saying? So I had to use like the Ferguson law. I think it was called the Ferguson law. I had to use to dismiss the weapon charge because they didn't still have they had no possession of the weapon no more. They were just like, they had pictures, like photos of the weapon that they had collected from the alleged crime scene or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, so they never tested, they never had nothing to say that my DNA fingerprints or anything like that was attached to that weapon, and with just photos. So they dismissed that, which was the possession of contraband penal institute. And then I had the attempted first-degree murder, but then I had to prove that it wasn't premeditated because it was actually a scuffle between one of my homeboys and another officer. So we had a thing down there. We had a rule like where no matter what we was, no matter what affiliation or gang we was, when they come down to one of us, a convict versus a CO authority, then we all stand together. You see what I'm saying? Because we was already at a maximum security prison. Loco was actually there too. Loco was on max at the time, and I was on high close. You know what I'm saying? And they was about to ship him and shit to close max and turn it into super max, which was why I ended up being housed there later on down the line. But we had a rule like if one of us get into it with the officer, we all go. And so like they tried to fuck us out our wreck and shit. We already only coming out an hour a day because of our security class, you feel me? And but on the weekends you get 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening time or whatever. So they trying to buck us out our wreck and shit, trying to make us lock down. So we like, hell nah, we ain't going for that. Y'all got to get the warden down here, the CERT team, whatever y'all need to do, nigga, suit up. So it was one in particular dude. He was Memphis Mob. know what I'm saying? And he locked down, and we was having a standoff with the officers, the MA versus the officers. We just having a standoff with them bitches, like, y'all got us fucked up today. You feel me? So he locked down. And so when he locked down after the standoff and shit, they went ahead and tapped out. They was like, man, we gonna go ahead and give y'all full time and shit. We'll just calm down. So we go ahead, when we get in the rest of our rec, we get in our showers, our part time and shit. Know what I'm saying? And he tried to knock on the door and tell the CO let him out the cell. So I'm like, hold on, nigga. You feel me, bitch? You ain't right, nigga. We ain't do that. We ain't do that for you, nigga. You feel me? What we look like going to war for you to get, you know what I'm saying? Your special treatments and shit, nigga. You ain't rolled for nothing. I ain't doing that for you, nigga. So I'm like, nigga, you better stay in your cell type shit. You know what's on the other side of, you know how that shit go. Anyway, so boom, with me doing that, it was a homie around me. I guess he felt the initiative where he wanted to try his luck too, because he felt like shit, try me, did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he get the snapping on the nigga in front of millions, like bitch had him, just calling him all types of foul, like just foul with him. You feel me? Just so the nigga like, damn, well, if you feel like that, you know, tomorrow, nigga, we gonna catch our fade, nigga, catch the cut. You know what I'm saying? So boom. You know, and with me at the time, I was just a BG. I wasn't an OG on my set at the time. I was a BG, you know what I'm saying? But I was moving like I was already the original hood. You feel me? So it was pretty much like, nigga, everything gonna go through me anyways, nigga, because if it's something that I don't like, nigga, I ain't standing for it anyway. You feel me? So, boom. I had a rule where the Crips around me, because we was screaming CCO, you know what I'm saying? We was community Crip. You know what I'm saying? So even if it was a different type of crew, we was all together. You know what I'm saying? So I had a rule that none of my homies could get phased around me. You know what I'm saying? Unless it was something that I knew was personal shit that I would deserve, some shit that I know out of respect that a nigga deserve to get his ass or catch his fade about. I wasn't letting it happen. You wasn't getting no ones around me. I'm jumping in there, or I'm catching a fade for him. So I'm telling the Memphis mob, nigga, you know, so I'm telling them like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Cause you talking that you want to see my homeboy, then you got to go through me. You feel me? So cuz like, nah, let me get my fade with him. He damn near begging me for to catch his one-on-one because he know how I am. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you got that, cuz go ahead, y'all do y'all thing. But when it's over with, I'm still going, you know how that go, block party. So boom, the next day, you know what I'm saying? So this how the scenario went. I'm going to try to paint a picture for you, right? Yeah. So the next day, I'm in, we in Bravo Pod. We in 4 Bravo Pods. You can pull this shit up, because if you pull up the incident at Riverbend Maximum Security Institute, it's I think it's Cockrell Bend Boulevard, Nashville. And you pull the incident up, it was at 4 Bravo Pod in 2014. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in 4 Bravo Pod. So I was in cell 107, and my homeboy I'm talking about was in cell 106. And the nigga was in 109, right? So boom, that's how it is. So when you come out of our cell, 106, 107 cell, you go to the rec door and start your pod time. And then you'll go left to, you know what I'm saying, go to where the nigga that's talking about catch the fade with it to get to 109 from your cell, you know what I'm saying? So boom, they come around, they buzzing the doors one by one. They get to 106, which is my homeboy cell. So boom, he come out. That's how watered down niggas be, man. And if I was thinking at the time, I wouldn't have reacted how I did, because it really could have cost me my life. But this how fugazi niggas be, and that's how this gang shit, which we gonna dig deeper into it later on. But yeah, so the shit, the nigga come out his cell, and I'm in 107, right? Like I told you, a dude in 109, he in 106. So get the 106, let him out. He cut right. You feel me? He going to the rec door. So I'm like, what the fuck? You feel me? So boom, I'm coming out my cell. So when I come out my cell, I'm waiting until they get the 109 cell where dude is. So they get to his cell, you feel me? When I start walking his way, he start following the CO around the pod. Like he stayed with the CO all the way till he got to the rec door, you know, and we went outside, you feel me? So I'm like, damn, he playing like that, so we getting a rec cage and shit. So the nigga trying to holler at me, so I ain't hollering at him. So he hollered at one of the OGs off my set down there about me. But cuz I already knew how I was, you feel me? So when he told him, he was like, man, cuz, you know what you did? He's like, I ain't finna go through that with cuz. It's like, you might as well just catch the fade with cuz. You feel me? Tell him, go and see me. So he really ain't trying to see me, but he trying to see my homie. You feel me? So I'm telling cuz, like, nigga, what type of, weird ass shit you on, nigga? What the fuck you come outside for? Y'all supposed to got him up, nigga. You feel me? So he like, yeah, we get back in, I'm gonna take care of that. Woo, woo, woo. So look, we go back in, right? Now they gotta open the doors one by one. So when we get back in, remind you he in 106 cell. They get to 104 cell. And when they let 104 in, my homeboy, he's standing at his door at 106. He like, let me in my cell, which I don't know what you going in your cell for anyway, because we coming in off break. Here it is. You feel me? Crunch time. But he trying to get in that cell, so I'm thinking maybe he going to get the banger. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's finna poke him up or whatever. So I'm like, all right, boom. So he like, yeah, he get the tell the CO, man, open my cell and shit. So the CO like, man, I'm almost there. I'm at 104. Like, damn, I'm a doorway type shit. Know what I'm saying? And so my homeboy like, bitch ass nigga, who you getting smart with? So down there, the COs, most of the COs down there was vice lords and GDs anyway. You know what I'm saying? And they all from them little hood areas in Nashville. You know what I'm saying? You might have a couple bloods in there, but most of them niggas was vice lords and G's from them little hood areas, just BCOs. You know what I'm saying? So down there, they catching fades with you. When you talking wet to them, they taking their walkie-talkies and badges off, and they telling you catch your cut, nigga, mouth room. You know what I'm saying? The side maintenance room. They saying you gonna get your issue. You feel me? So when my homeboy doing that, the CO like, what you mean? Like basically, you feel me? And my homeboy walked up on him and man hit him. So when he hit him, the CO ate it. You feel me? Like it wasn't nothing. And took his badge and walkie-talkie and threw it across the room and tried to square up with my homeboy. And it kind of shocked my homeboy because my homeboy had size on him. And so when he hit him and it didn't like do what he thought, it kind of stunned him. So he ain't keep going through with his move. He ain't follow up. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen he stalled, you know what I'm saying, I rushed him. I rushed the CO. I'm on him. B, back up, bitch. What you mean? So boom, as I'm smashing him, the other CO ran in and tried to scoop me, and I hit my head on the wall. And I'm trying to get him off of me, but you know how that go anyway. What happened, and then I went to court and shit. So that way they couldn't prove premeditated because it wasn't meant for him. It wasn't like I came out with the intention to snap him. Therefore, it wasn't premeditated, which killed the first degree attempted murder. And then I ended up pleading out to the aggravated assault, which I took an extra 6 years consecutive to the 8 years I was already serving. And I ended up serving, so I had a 14 total, and I ended up serving 11 years, 2 months, and 2 weeks to kill it. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time, I was saying that shit be fugazi because the whole time, like as I start thinking about it when I was spending my time on Max, because the same homeboy I did that for, he turned around and told on me. So when I was fighting the charge, trying to go to trial and shit, the last time I went to court, they asked me his name. You know what I'm saying? And was like, do you know him? And I was like, no. And they was like, because he never got charged. You know what I'm saying? I did. So they was like, and who you know doing that? Who you know gonna keep it that G? A nigga got his smash on about you, win to the max about it. I'm doing 3 years on max and I'm fighting a charge about you. Can probably be here the rest of my life, nigga. You can get charged. I ain't one time say, oh, it's because of him. None of that. You couldn't do time on max. You couldn't do time behind the door because your bag wasn't right. You wasn't getting commissary. Couldn't talk on the phone and shit. So your little fat broke bitch ass nigga, shit got me mad. You go tell them folks he rode the warden. Because my plan was I was going to fight my charge until I flattened my 8. And then I was going to go to court from the streets on the 6. You see what I'm saying? Okay. And so what he did is it was time for me to flatten out on an 8. My lawyer was like, yo, do you know this person? Or whatever, because they trying to make you go to trial now. They not trying to let you flatten out. They saying you're a flight risk. You might go to Seattle. They was like, and they don't want you to get out, bond out and run and shit. And they was like, man, they got an eyewitness now. They're saying that you did that. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. So I'm like, who the fuck would be doing that? You know what I'm saying? So when they said the name to me, of course I got to keep my game face on. But in my head, I'm like, what? I'm like, bitch ass, guess how Raw was keeping it with him. My wife just got out the car because we just put up at our people's spot. But my wife was keeping it so, I was keeping it so G that while we was on Max, he was in a different pod than me. The police had smashed me and him when we got there while we was in belly chains and shackles and cuffs and shit. So they jumped on us and shit, beat us up and shit. They ran in my cell while I was asleep, tased me and shit.
Damn.
Know what I'm saying? They wasn't feeding us and shit. Like they was giving us empty trays, like trays full of piss and shit. Or they might give us a styrofoam tray with an empty milk carton and a banana peel, like just stupid ass shit. Or it might be some food, but they done dug all in it. You might see pubic hairs and shit in it. They done call smiley face, like doing us bad. So I'm getting to it at the time. I'm grinding because they done put us at a prison that was in my backyard. They done put us at Morgan County. Know what I'm saying? So while we at Morgan County, I'm like, nigga, I got us. Like, just chill, nigga, lay back. So I'm sending them commissary every week. Nigga, I'm giving them, I had a cell phone. So I'm letting him use the blue box since I got a cell phone. I'm telling him just call my wife number. She gonna call anybody on three-way for you. Whatever, there's plenty of money on there. Whatever you need, you know what I'm saying? If the weekends come through where we got a good rock man, somebody we can trust, nigga, I'll sign you the jack, let you rock like that. Like I was treating them right. You feel me? You couldn't do no time on Max, so you done rolled what they call a request form. And there, you know what I'm saying? He wrote a request form to the warden, to Warden Sean Phillips. He wrote a request form talking about he thought I went home. He thought I had already flattened the first sentence and went home. So he was like, yeah, I didn't get charged with that. I didn't do no stabbing and shit. I swung one punch. The person that was with me, he already went home and stuff. Why am I still on Max? I done changed my life. Like shit like that. And like he was like, yeah, man, he did all that. Like, why am I involved? Like that type of shit. And so I'm looking at the request form like, damn, and they like, yeah, they gonna subpoena him to court to testify on you and shit. So I'm like, man, what can y'all come with today? And that's when they dropped everything and was like the aggravated assault. So I took the 6. But fast forward later on, the officer ended up like, you know what I'm saying? He extinct. You feel me?
Yeah.
But so by the grace of God, you know what I'm saying? I had already tapped that. I actually had got some paper from the Tennessee Bureau saying a collective service trying to make me pay something. I wouldn't be able to get my license or nothing for a long time until I pay a fine for the officer's passion or whatever, and it say first degree murder. But I was actually never charged with that, so therefore they can't do that or bring it back up because I played out. You see what I'm saying beforehand? So that's why I'm saying that my life, it was blessed because I was with some motherfuckers who I thought was, because we all in prison. I'm like, man, that was some shit that tripped me out about prison, because I'm like, nigga, every one of us in here, and you know, we got rules like child molesters, that's a no-go. You know what I'm saying? Any type of shit you doing to kids and shit, or you raping ladies and shit, you know, it's a no-go. But even so, like, I'm thinking, like, all of us in here, because somebody somewhere testified, pointed out, or picked up their phone and called and told on us some way, shape, or form. So all of us away from our kids, our wives, we ain't getting no pussy. You know what I'm saying? We ain't nothing going on in this bitch. You know, it's a baby gold mine if you got the right. You feel me? But you know, but I'm like, we just in this motherfucker, and these niggas in here telling on each other, and we supposed to be bred where we hate rats, because they done took our lives. So how we in here telling on each other? How can you tell on the next nigga? A nigga done dropped the kite and told because a nigga got a cell phone, or this nigga got a couple cigarettes, or he smoking too good on his birthday. His music too loud. He done got a USB chip. Like they just telling on jealous, hating, envious ass shit. I'm like, and then he be the same niggas that it'll piss you off because they'll get to talking loud like they, oh yeah, I was out on the streets, woo, like they had $1 million since they was 2 years old. And y'all that heard jealous and hating about shit, it'd be $20 phones in there that go for $1,000 or something in there, but nigga be losing his life. I don't watch niggas stab their own homeboys, throw their own homeboys over the top tier about a $20 phone. You know what I'm saying? Or because your homeboy getting business and you ain't. You feel me? And they telling on each other, they ratting. I'm like, man, y'all niggas doing all that, and we all in here. You know what I'm saying? We all done being sentenced by the same crowds, by the same people. We in here living like we each other enemies. We you know what I'm saying? It just was some shit I had to adapt to because I went in so young, and I was like, damn. And then at the time when I went in, like my set was waxing between each other, between the bridges over some big homies and shit. But I ain't gonna say too much. But if you know, you know. Niggas don't do no motherfucking capping. If you know, you know. And like niggas that was coming in that had no say so or nothing to do with nothing, they was getting smashed and shit on some which side you on and shit. And then it was niggas who stood up. There was rebellious that was getting crossed out because they was inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done had to catch phase with my own homeboys and shit while I was in there. You know what I'm saying? That shit came with it. I done had niggas calling bogus ass wrecks on me. You either gonna go for it or you not type shit. I done had to buck homeboys and shit in front of millions on some nigga, y'all got the game fucked up type shit. You feel me? I done seen the weirdest shit when it come to this gang shit, man. And when a motherfucker jump off into this shit and into these streets, period, I just want a motherfucker to know what they doing, man, because a nigga knock you off your square, man. And the only way to stay in position, man, you going to have to first get in position. And a lot of times, man, that's what they do. These niggas will train your mind and have you thinking that you in position, and have you thinking that the shit you doing means something, or it's the almighty, or it's the thing they're doing the whole time, nigga. It's small-minded. It's little shit. And you chasing it for nothing because them same niggas, let me tell you, when you join a gang, right, this what Loco used to tell me, and this one of the things that pissed me off. Because coming up, Loco used to say the reason he didn't want me to get in the game so early on, he's like, because I feel like you need to understand that it's no exempts to this shit. He was like, nigga, once you pick up your flag, nigga, you ain't Lil Willie, you ain't my little brother no more.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? When you pick up that flag, you the homeboy, nigga, you notorious, you 6'0", nigga. You feel me? You a West Side, you riding, nigga. That's what it is. You feel me? And we like, nigga, ain't no nigga gonna spur you, nigga. You better know what you doing, nigga, and do it well, nigga. And especially if you come in the image of me, nigga, because if you move wrong, nigga, I'm gonna need my contract. I'm gonna need that flag off for you. You feel me? And he meant that. You know what I'm saying? So even the incident I'm telling you now, when I rolled him, because he was actually in the feds, and I was in the States at that time, I had rolled him and let them know, like, what was going on. Like, you know, the homeboys choosing sides and shit, everybody against each other and shit. Woo, I ain't choosing no side. Woo, because at the end of the day, nigga, I'm 6'0". I'm not riding no nigga name. I don't bang your name. I don't bang your name. I could care less what happened in your hood. If he fucked your bitch, if he robbed your sister, or none of that. That's normal shit that go on outside of the territory, outside of the set. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have personal vendettas coming up in your community that come with it. You can't involve the homeboys in a pen and some shit from out there. Now, if it was some shit on some, this nigga whacked one of the big homies or one of the homeboys who was some, you know what I'm saying, it's known wax within, but y'all trying to divide the setup between each other, and we homeboys at that. Y'all both 6'0", original hoodsters on the set. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm telling Loco about it, and Loco was like, cuz I don't know why you writing me. I still got the letter to this day. We laugh about that shit all the time. Like, I tell him, I said, Loco, I said, nigga, you rolled me back. That nigga said, I don't know why you writing me, cuz. He said, whatever going on, nigga, you gonna have to stand on that, nigga. I'm gonna need that flag back, cuz.
Damn.
And that's all he said. You feel me? And so I'm in there like, shit, it's up from her, nigga. I got the breaking the shelf down. You know what I'm saying? Got the breaking the metal off the shelf. I kicked that bitch loose. Got to sharpen that butch up. It's up. You feel me?
I want to talk with you about what's happened since we recently talked about a year or so ago when I had your brother on.
Yeah. So,
yeah, man. So let me give everybody an update. You were shot in the face and the neck, Draco in a 40. You know, talk to me as much as you can, obviously, about what happened.
Basically, one of mine got touched. It shouldn't have got touched. And I was actually out the way at the time. I was actually in Cali at the time when I got the phone call. And I had jumped on a plane and shit and got back to the area. And, you know, shit went up for a couple weeks. Shit went up and shit. And then on the last encounter, you know what I'm saying, shit went both ways, you know what I'm saying, for all parties. Shit went both ways. I took mine and kept pushing. You know what I'm saying? I took mine and kept pushing. It is what it was. I survived. You know what I'm saying? I survived that shit. I'm breathing. I'm living. I'm still pushing forward. I'm still trying to push my music as much as my vocals will let me. You know what I'm saying? But it's just all a part of being in these streets, man. That's how it go. You know how that back and forth shit go. When it's up to either all of us, deceased, or all of us wait, I'm saying, to them phone calls start happening, the ceasefires, that we can't take it no more type shit. You feel me? I want people to know most importantly though about anything, bro. What I want people to know most importantly about anything, man. When you join them games, man, make sure you know what you're doing and make sure that the ones that you bring in under you, make sure that they loyal to you. Make sure that they don't get misconstrued to where that shit oversee them, where they forget who they is as man and why they even became a part of the set, because a lot of people choose the set and they don't let the set choose them. So a lot of people you'll see that was cool ass niggas, and then as soon as they get on watch or they get put on, all of a sudden they the toughest people in America. The city hot because everybody waxing because it's one hot, dumb ass, young ass nigga, stupid as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Moving with no sense. Man, remember who you are. You know what I'm saying? Let the game, if it do come, let it come to you, and then you decide if it's for you, and then know what you bring into it and know what it's offering you as well. Because a lot of people do it for the wrong reasons, and a lot of people should just stay with their family ties, because a lot of people too, your heart, you gotta have a cold heart when you picking up that flag. It gotta be 60s or nothing. Nigga gotta be SON on some sun shit at all times. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people not cut like a lot of people grab that flag and they use it as an umbrella to protect their family, so they can know their family rats, they can know their family gay, they can know their family gonna leave them on stuck, they can know their family they probably don't even know how to hit the setup, or don't even know all the history about the set. Ain't probably never been to the land, ain't been nowhere outside of their communities. When you asking them folks and they say they can call these folks and they contact them with these folks, you don't need them folks to call around the cities around your state. When I say you know big homies outside of Knoxville, I don't mean for you to call Chet in Nashville and Memphis and Murfreesboro. I don't need you to call around Tennessee. I mean outside the state. I mean, nigga, call the homeboys that's worldwide, because 6-0 is bigger than Tennessee, nigga. And if you ain't getting up with all the homeboys, nigga, and if you ain't really doing that, nigga, and you ain't at least trying to, because I ain't active in every state, but I try to, whether I'm networking on the internet and shit. You got a lot of scams, a lot of people you really don't know, especially when dealing with the internet. And a lot of people, it's still some instance where it's in person. You know what I'm saying? And definitely when you're speaking on the left coast end, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people haven't done it, and a lot of people can't do that. So be careful and choose wisely. And you know what I'm saying? Make sure them folks really dying about what they asking you to die about. And make sure them folks, if a nigga don't love what you loved before the game, then he has no love for you. And therefore you can't truly love the game, because if we all one game, we pushing one flag, then you gonna have the love in your heart. For me, is you have that you look at your kids with, or your family, the ones that raised you before the game. You know what I'm saying? So if a nigga don't have no love for the immediate ones around you or yourself, they don't care about how your mama gonna react to shit, or how your kids gonna feel if they ask you to do certain shit, or if they not doing the same shit they asking you right there with you, if they ain't frontlining it, nigga, you know what I'm saying, or beside you, and no. You know what I'm saying? You gotta choose wisely, man. Don't let a nigga mislead you or fuck you out your life, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a shout out to the true 60s out there, and shout out to the real gang members around the world who really know what I'm talking about and do this shit the proper way, no matter what side of your flag on. You know what I'm saying? From Chris Bloods, Vice Lords to goddamn New Breeze to Mickey Covert to goddamn whatever, nigga, goddamn Aryan Nations, everybody. Nigga, as long as you doing that shit the proper way and you really know what that shit started for and what that shit mean, and you doing that shit the right way, nigga, I ain't never snitched, told, bitched up, ran none of that shit. Nigga, if I lost a fight, nigga, I lost a fight. In order to lose, nigga, you gotta be fighting. If you hear a nigga say I lost a fight, nigga, in order to lose a fight, you had to be fighting. So that's one thing they gonna tell you about me when you speak about Try Me Low, when you ask about Willie, when you ask about little Willie Tyler from Lions Day Homes to anywhere my feet done graced, from Knoxville, to the left coast way, any vibes. When you talk to the homeboys and people that been around me, they gonna tell you, man, that little nigga, that nigga love 6-0 to death. That nigga, man, that nigga, he really a street nigga. That nigga ain't doing no, he gonna play the game, how it go. Ain't no in-betweens, ain't no shortcuts, ain't no halfway standing, halfway sitting. Niggas all the way, we standing all the way up, or we sitting all the way down. In between, it's like to sit all the way down too when you focus and you doing something that's worth something. And that's all. Don't let a nigga knock you out your position, man. Stay forward and Rich roll the right way. And know it's 2 R's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Remain ruthless, but never become reckless. That's all.
Appreciate you. Try me. Enjoy your brother's day, man. Before we go, tell everybody where they can find your YouTube channel and your music.
Almost definitely. So I'm on SoundCloud at LOC. Just type capital LOC in on SoundCloud, and then you can go on YouTube at Straight Shice. That's STRAITSHYST. You know what I'm saying? At Straight Shice like that. There's all that shit's on there. I'm on Facebook. Always try me. You motherfuckers know who it is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them real 60 around this motherfucking nationwide. You hear me?
Appreciate
I appreciate you having me again, bro.
Most def, man. Most def. We'll
For
definitely
sure.
stay in touch, all right?
For sure, bro.
Stay
Enjoy
safe
the
out
rest
there,
of your
man.
day.
You too, homie. Peace.